Most systems believe behavior is shaped only by the present moment. Behavioral architecture knows behavior is shaped by environmental memory. The patterns a space has stored over time, the signals it has repeated, and the conditions it has taught the nervous system to expect. Environmental memory is the imprint an environment leaves on the body. Even when the architecture changes, the memory remains. Episode 20 exposes how environments store instability, how the nervous system carries those memories forward, and why redesign must address not just the space, but the history the space has created. Environmental memory is the nervous system's record of how a space has behaved over time. Memory forms through repeated instability, unpredictable transitions, sensory spikes, compressed thresholds, inconsistent pacing, high exposure, unresolved drift. Even when the environment improves, the nervous system remembers the old pattern. A room that used to overwhelm is interpreted as overwhelming. A hallway that's used to escalation is interpreted as unsafe. A threshold that used to compress is interpreted as a warning. Environmental memory is not psychological. It is architectural. Memory creates load. The weight the nervous system carries based on what the environment has taught it to expect. Memory load increases when instability was repeated, decompression was inconsistent, transitions were unpredictable, sensory tone was volatile, staff responses were reactive, the environment drifted for too long. Memory load decreases when stability is repeated, pacing is coherent, thresholds are predictable, sensory tone is steady, circulation is clean, decompression is reliable. Most systems try to change behavior without changing memory. But memory is upstream. Behavior is downstream. Environmental memory creates loops, cycles where the nervous system responds to the past instead of the present. The loop looks like this. The environment has a history of instability. The nervous system stores the pattern. The environment improves. The nervous system does not trust it yet. The person enters guarded. Staff interpret guarding as behavior. The loop repeats. This is why redesigned spaces don't stabilize immediately. This is why some rooms carry tension even after they've been fixed. This is why people escalate in spaces that are no longer unstable. The loop is not behavioral. It is architectural memory. Break the memory, and you break the loop. Memory can be reset, not through instruction, not through reassurance, through repetition. Architectural reset is created through consistent pacing, predictable thresholds, stable sensory tone, anchored positioning, low friction circulation, reliable decompression, repeated environmental clarity. When the environment proves itself repeatedly, the nervous system updates its interpretation. It stops bracing, it stops anticipating instability, it stops responding to the past. Reset is not a moment. Reset is a pattern. The nervous system does not respond to what is happening. It responds to what has happened. It asks, has this space been safe before? Has this transition been predictable? Has this threshold been stable? Has this room overwhelmed me? Has this hallway compressed me? When history is stable, the nervous system relaxes. When history is unstable, the nervous system prepares. People are not stuck in the past. The environment is. The nervous system is not misinterpreting. It's remembering. Once you understand environmental memory, you stop asking, why are they reacting to nothing? Why does this room feel tense? Why isn't the redesign working yet? And you start asking, what history did this environment create before we changed it? That is architectural clarity. That is upstream correction. That is stability earned through repetition, not instruction. Memory is not resistance. Memory is data. In episode 21, we move into environmental rhythm. How timing, pacing, and architectural tempo shape regulation, transitions, and the nervous system's ability to stay organized. Because memory is the imprint, rhythm is the pattern, and together they determine whether an environment stabilizes or destabilizes the people inside it. Design is the first intervention. Behavior is the last.